What's up, YouTube? This is Radio Station here, and this is going to be episode 11 of part 2 of Bleach 1000 Years Blood War. It's actually episode 24 of the 1000 Years Blood War arc. Last time on Bleach, we get a little bit of Mari is such a Vime's a whole ass villain that we just glad is on the good side. Whatever he got in those drugs, whatever he been cocking up, I don't want to be a part of it because the fact that he probably more or less had injected that shit with Toshio well before the invasion even started. I think that's my guess, or he may have just did that when he was blocking Toshio's kick at one point. Maybe that, but I wouldn't say so because he was reset. Because upon clashing, he was going to be reset. It was like after that starting point. So yeah, so I've heard people talk about this being comparable to Izanami, which is one of the Genjutsu in Naruto. I think it was in Shippuden that was doing it. I don't have the best acute memory of Shippuden, to be honest, because of how much asinine filler that was, and there's of course that shitty ending with Kaguya, but whatever. But I don't think it functioned like that. It's more like he has to kill Mari in order to. So from what what I'm seeing here, how Izanami kind of works, if I'm not mistaken, the Izanami has to work between the target and the user. Mari is just injecting that shit. So I don't think it's So I don't think it works the same way. So let me just see what the Narutopedia says. What basically doing it's like an endless, it's like a endless loop. But this is not. But that's not how it works. The target is actually like in Naruto. They're actually in reality they are basically like staying still while playing some images of events in their minds, of possibilities of what plays out. And then the thing is, like, when it stops, they just sit back. Let me see here. I need to get clarification. I need to make sure, because the technique was created to reprimand and save the users of Izanami. The illusion of the user and anyone who they're fighting alongside also have the damage reset. They're being consciously aware the victims unable to significantly alter or escape from the inevitable progression of these events, as the illusion fire also quickly adapt to changes in order to force the victim to experience the memorized sensations. There's a way they can break out of it. But with Mari's case, then Toshio just is actually doing it, but he's reset, because he is seeing into the once he kills Mari, he was then reset because of the sensation of drugs. It's not something where like he's actually just standing still. He's actually doing something in reality, but then he just reset. He is actually reset. That's what I think is going on here. Where he's actually doing something, but he's then like snapped back to the past. He's like, I think that's based on what Mayuri saying. If I missed something about that, please do correct me. It's a wacky thing, but I can't understand why it's comparable to that. But as you know, isn't I mean they were just literally just standing still. With Toshio, I know he actually kills. He actually kills Mayuri, or in that particular scenario kills him. But of course then the drug then pulls him back, and then after a set time, I don't think they showed all of it. He gets paralyzed as a side effect. Nice. So not quite like Izanami, because there's also an additional effect. I don't want to know about. So there's also something I also noticed with the zombies, Rangiku, Kensei, and that other guy. They had these stripes, black stripes that resemble more or less like Hollow Ichigo, or specifically the Vasto Lord Ichigo, which is actually kind of interesting because, which is actually not just interesting. It just makes sense because Ichigo is part Hollow, and then you know what Mayuri did was eject some of the Arrancar blood, which you know Arrancars are originally Hollows, of course. Well, they're not originally Hollows; they are Hollows, but they're kind of like more evolved. So that's why they have that sort of look. So it's not just an So it's not just wholly just an Ichigo thing. It logically applies, but of course, like you know, I think with other cases, because they're not like they weren't born with hollow blood in them or like any hollow traits, it hurts them. That's why you heard their ass screaming. And so yeah, regardless of the case, I don't want to get anywhere near Mayuri. Like I would not partake in this experience, even if my life depends on it, because I don't even know what's going to be putting inside me. Hell no. He could be having a whole ass parasite in me, and I would not know until it was too late. And then we also get what is apparently was the anime exclusive, Byakuya 3v1, just no diff them, aka easily beats Robert Candies and Nanana. I think that was a guy's name. And and I also missed this too. The cloak, you know, that Byakuya has. It has the same effect as the one that Ichigo had wore before it got torn apart. It basically protects. It actually serves as a protection. And I don't know. I'm not sure who made. I think it was Senjimaru who probably made it, because you know, I don't see the others. The other Zeros. The other members of Squad Zero making it for him. It would have to be her, because that's why Ichigo kind of went to her. That was the last we see him doing the training before we see him about to depart back to Soul Society. So yeah, that's what actually Jack also got the drip too, and that's what it's called an Oken, I think, and that's what basically protected him from Nanana's little ability to search out weak points. It also protected him a bit from the Pepe dude. And speaking of Pepe, that shit was disgusting. I'm sorry. And when he fucking did that Love Me chain, the thing about whatever the fuck that is, and literally something, I'm just like, oh no. I'm glad he got killed. I'm glad he got killed though. I like that. I will respect Kubo having the balls to write such a nasty character in a wacky one as well. And I'm just thinking like, what in the hell was he doing? It was like, what was he thinking hiring a guy like him? I'm just saying. But you know what? It is what it is. When this Bleach is Bleach, it's all about the cool. It does have tactfulness to them, so I won't blame that. That's something that I like. Like there has to be some really good There's great writing behind it. It's just about the cool in the end. But then like it's meaningful as well when you consider how they do the characters. The characters in I'm not saying every single character in Bleach is deep, well written, like with no mistakes, whatever. I mean, it's hard. Even in Fullmetal Alchemist, like people praise about all the characters there. No, not everyone. Not everyone. Trust me. There are some characters there I feel like never really get expressed as much as they should. Or people just gas them up just because. I mean, it depends on how, like, the larger the cast, the harder it is to get everyone fleshed out. That's just the bottom line. But as long as you can get the most relevant characters well handled, that's fine. That's fine. Anyways, but meanwhile, Yu and Haschwald have arrived to the Soul King Palace, and I heard a lot of original shit's coming up. We'll explain everything and why Ichibei is more or less probably familiar with you all. I mean, I'm kind of surprised Squad Zero didn't show up in the flashback. I mean, I know it was focused on Yamamoto and the original Gote, but I kind of want to see how far back this went, from what I've heard. We're into unknown territory at this point, so I'm really like I'm a little scared, but I'm also like really looking forward to it. I want to see what Kubo draws up. I don't think he's gonna change like the eventual direction of the story, but I feel like there's gonna be a huge amount of story changes, along the way to make things make sense. I know there's some stuff that is cut, and some stuff that feels like it's missing, but I think in the end, I think it will be an overall better showcasing compared to what we got in the manga. Like, not that the manga is bad. It's just like, to me it felt rushed in the end, and it left a bit of aftertaste when I remember first reading it, that part. But nowadays I've come to terms like it's nothing really wrong. It's just the circumstances at hand. But anyways, I'm gonna get this thing started now. So I do apologize if I was just babbling on too long. I mean I took 12 whole ass minutes. Ooh. Alright. So I'm gonna get to it right now. Okay. Episode 24 in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. It's about to be bought next, I'm pretty sure. Oh. Negotiating? Huh. Wait, that's him without the. Now he looks like the. Now he looks. Now you see what the similarity was there to false Zangetsu that Ichigo was talking to. Everything's starting to make more sense. Oh, we're getting the U-Hawk's intentions really early, huh? Oh, so when some of his comrades die, he feels their fear of death as they die, as he absorbs their powers. Oh. Wait. Wait, that is a Soul King. That's what each ghost was seeing. That was the same eyes that. Oh, he was protecting himself with the blood vein. Wow. Yeah, it was those the same eyes that was in Ichigo when he was going through the tunnel. I mean, that long ass freaking path. Did he take some? Wait, did he take something from Yuha? Oh, this is his first time. Okay. Well, Hashwell is technically sharing his power, so I would have to think he would be sharing how Yuha feels. Yeah, new world of no life, of where life and death are the same. I don't want to live there. I don't want to live in that world. Fuck that. Oh no, not the fucking. Oh, there's Senjima. Yeah, this is interesting. It's getting interesting now. So that was the Soul King. That hand. Um, something's something. If I'm not mistaken, something happened. Like the Soul King was separate. You know, they'll explain later on. Or I might have missed something. Because remember when we see in the when we saw got a glimpse of Soul King, it looks like he was missing. He was like just his. He was missing everything from the waist up, and like no arms. So who got his hands? Who got his hands and legs? Yeah, Pumbaa. What the hell? Yeah, Pumbaa. Oh, fuck is he doing here, man? Yeah, that's him. Well, he did contribute, I guess. He did contribute to making it though. Yeah, I might as well bring him along, I guess. Do remind me from that one corny ass dude, that one corny ass guy. What was his name? Uh, what was his name? Kenny or related from Street Fighters? If I got that name wrong, my bad. Jesus, man, that's just a. Oh, everyone saw it. Yep. Right. That was they were trying to launch the space shuttle. They'd be goner. Yeah, that was quite the unwelcome. He just blew up the welcome mat for sure. Ooh, synchronized. Nice. Yeah, not touching him. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, Gojo. Oh wow. Well, yeah, you got an extra tongue that's covering up your speech, man. Uh-oh. Great, got you. Oh, well, you got stuck. And oh. Oh well, yeah. Sometimes the needle gets stuck in there, and you get pricked by it. The the weaver. Hmm. It's a good question. I you know what? I'm in his position. I don't always know the small details. Well, Oh well. Well, you can honestly kick a guess that Ichibei was thinking about Ichigo's replacement, the way he was looking at it. Well, he had to put Ichigo through that. Like, why would you think he didn't put him in the first place through all that? Hmm. Oh, I mean, they still have to believe that Uyu is doing it for a purpose. I No. Wait. Uh-oh. Damn. Yamet. Yamet. Yamenite. Oh, that guy's a whole problem. What? Yeah, Thor? Never mind. Fucking Roman gladiator here. Oh, wow. Wow. Why they can't make Sanji Bao's Bankai 2D like that? Oh boy. Oh! Well, they definitely hired this dude from the US Army or something. Oh! Too early to win, too late to know. Well, they're winning right now. um, it's I just like how these titles are. The dude just slung his that big ass rifle and just she got turned she got turned to compact to compact cubes. The shit you know. Oh wow. He caused that much damage just with those shots. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's fake. Oh wow. He literally just did all that. Wow. That looks dope. Absorb. Oh, they're absorbing it. So the more you just shoot at it, the more you're just gonna get your ass trapped in here. I wouldn't put past them to try to be able to get out of it. Oh shit. You heard that the first time. Damn, this is gonna be one heck of a. And of course, this dude, Oatsu. Oh, this should be fun. Well, let's see what they're made of. I mean, they are the ones that are high. They are the ones that are big. That they're higher than everyone else in Soul Society. Oh wow. Oh, they cut you. Oh wait. I don't think it's gonna. I don't feel like it's gonna be finished that easily. I don't think it's gonna go that easily for them though. I mean, he is the creator of Zanbakuto, so it makes sense to have something like that. Wow. Cut you up. Oh. Oh wow, that was quick. That dude is. I beat you with a defect. That I couldn't even. It's like I couldn't. I'm beating your ass with like a faulty one. Oh wow, he stopping the music right there. Wow. He's just sitting there, just like, huh. That's it, man. But that's a dope ass shot. Hmm. Aw. Post credits? I felt like we were just getting started. God damn it. Oh. Wait, I gotta get to the... Okay. Sure. Pitch black. Upside down. Wow. The master. Wow. It's okay. So Squad Zero is dope, but I don't think this is something that they're like. It's just gonna be easy peasy. They're facing the literal, the head honcho Quincy's, and Uyu and Hashwall are no laughing matter as well. And I don't think something called the Royal Guards would just be clapped that easily. No way, no way. I mean, you have to think you all could just bring them back in a way, or they have some sort of hidden ability, some Uno reversing at hand. I mean, but it's still cool to see how everything flexes. I don't have the best memories when it comes to manga, but I remember this. I remember that a lot of this did not play. That okay? So the the opening scene with the flashback with Ichibei and Yuha. I'm gonna play this real fast. That kind of starts tying things together. Because I was wondering, because then it makes sense. Because then it would make further sense as like Ichibei being familiar with you all and like how everything was prepared the way it was with Soul King Palace, and why there hasn't been a part of a conflict till now. And the part with the Quincy's all being annihilated was more or less a false. It wasn't entirely true. Like a bunch of them, a majority of them were killed off, but some survived, and Yual was one of them. Hold on. So they basically entered a pact. It was a very tough one indeed, though, or like some non-aggression pact. And I mean, of course, like I'm not so sure what exactly happened here. Who set boundaries to that internal peace by separating life and death? The thing is, like, you all recognize that, knows that the world was originally one, but then it was separated, and he wants already, and you can kind of take the case where like he would wants to all return to one. Aizen just wants to rule. Wants to rule over people. You all just wants everything fucking united, and you know, in internal peace. Well, whatever he defines it as peace. But we know it's fucked up. We don't want to experience. We don't want to, you know. I get where he feels about death itself, the fear of death, and why he wants to get rid of it, because he can feel whenever his comrades die, he can feel them when it comes back, when his powers come back, their powers come back to him, because he was the one who's granted their powers. Again, if I missed anything, I apologize. But yeah, but it makes sense why he would go out of his way to try to even. And then there's, I mean, including the part where a bunch of creatures just got clapped, you know, just because they exist. But you know, there's the whole story. The story, you have to think about the whole story regarding this whole king too. And I have to think that was definitely the Soul King that was seen, but it makes me wonder. Ichibei. Now, I think Ichibei was literally there when the Soul King exists, and probably from what I see in the scenes there, he may have had a hand to it. Here's the thing. This right here, I think it's one of the arms of the soul, one of the hands of the Soul King, and whatever is covered, whatever you all get, like, hold on. So One of the hands belong to the Shinigami side, and the other belonged to the Quincy side. I think that's also part of the non-aggression pack. I would think. I could be wrong. Hold on. My father's hand is nothing more than a sacrifice to his child. You think I let this have the Soul King's arm for free? Hold on. Hold on, let me see if I missed anything. Your eyes will be closed forever, never to open till the day you died. So yeah, he did. So okay, so yeah, he did close off one of Yuhawk's some Yuhawk's abilities. But like, and maybe Yuhawk is probably pretty sure Yuhawk is confronting him to be able to reawaken those powers, and also get rid of and also take care of the Soul King, put it out of his mirror or something. You have to think. This may also be thinking like, does the Soul King still have his will? You have to think he's like an immobile. Like you think he's immobile, but that thing, because that thing probably still has consciousness and probably has some sort of will to it. Like he wills all this to happen. I mean, he is the linchpin that is holding the world together and all. So when he says the eyes be closed forever, he has to be referring to those eyes that we saw there, and then the ones that Ichigo saw. I think I could be wrong. Say live a modest life. So it would make sense why I said I'm glad I lost these eyes. I no longer have to see through your humiliation anymore. I'll give you a new purpose. Become a grave to the three worlds. Boy. And that has to say something. I'm focusing on it because this is the scene I don't think was in the manga. Pretty sure it was not in the manga. As for everything else, it feels like I'm not so sure how the changes are, but it just feels like a lot of stuff with the confrontation between the Royal Guards and Squad Zero felt different. I mean, I'm wondering what Ishida did, because whatever Ishida, there was one point where we saw Ishida, it focused on it, and I think it was his blue vein that showed up. I wonder if he did something that's gonna turn the tables against the Squad Zero, because I have to think that was not just an easy win for them. Like, yeah, they're bigger than Soul Society. They're the top dogs of the Soul Society. They're literally governing the whole place. But I don't think but they're facing Yuha of all people, and that guy's a huge problem. Oh, and you have to think Ishida is trying to is pretty much helping along. Of course, he has a purpose. That's why, Ichigo wants to bring him, drag his ass back, no matter what. I mean, because that's how much he still trusts in Ishida. Or he may trust in Chad. Like, they still, trust that he's not, he's on the enemy side, but he's not. It's not like he isn't their friend. Like, there's a purpose. I mean, of course, he will not reveal that now. It will be a little later on. Okay, so talking about I wish I could just go ahead and break down all these abilities that were there, but I think they just speak for themselves. Literally everything just weaves around. This literally, I literally made the joke about him being Gojo, but I mean, Gojo is just manipulating space. This feels like he's manipulating space too, in a two way. But of course he couldn't stop Senjuma from clapping him. I do the way like when he was being occupied, she just stuck a little her little fabric through. Turn his clothes into one of her own, tied him up, and just like, oh, I left my needle. He's like, oh, I left the needle in there. Just that's like fucking. That's like an Iron Maiden sort of shit. And the fact, okay, Oritsu's shit is actually really nasty too. I mean, of course, you know, Fune with the whole tree cage and all, the fucking tree of life, Yggdrasil looking at it looks like the one thing from the Alfheim and Sword Art Online in a way, which is annoying. I hate that it reminds me of that. But that one looked cool. What they're doing right now is great. It's not without its visual hiccups, of course, like with any anime. But yeah, I really like what I do see, and the designs of these characters. I really would like to know, you know, during which time and where was Kubo somehow inspired by it. Especially with this guy that looks like he was fucking in the British or it was like some European or American army of sorts. Fucking U.S. Marines. Oh yeah, he's black. Sorry, if I sound, sorry. I don't want to sound like, come on. To be fair, I hang out with a lot of black homies back in high school. So yeah, I can't make, so that's why I made sometimes I might talk like them. So my bad if it sounds weird to you all. Anyways, yeah, they're facing Gladiator motherfucker, a gun, a guy from I know he reminds me of someone from a game somewhere, but I can't recall. But and then this guy is just like I made a joke with Thor until he showed his fucking sword and shield, and I'm like, no, never mind. Oatsu's, you know, shit is like so weird. Like, it's wobbly and all, but that's also like how nasty it is. The fact that because of how wobbly it is, it's just, you know, the properties of it. Hold on. Savage is a failure. The edge never chips no matter how much I cut with it. The fact he says like it's a failure, but he also says like, oh, I couldn't set it down in Serite. Yeah, maybe you can send it down there because maybe even though it's supposedly a failure, it's actually just ridiculously busted, and because of those properties, and. I mean, considering like he is like the creator of Zanpakutos, I really like I would like to know if there was a point where he could have made a perfect version of this, but I guess this was more or less intentional. But of course, you all kind of was. Of course, use this, you know, to be able to teleport out of that little cage, which I'm honestly not surprised that it would be able to do that. It seems like the same sort of medallion that is used to steal bankais. So I have to think it has other properties besides snatching, stealing others' power, you know, Shinigami powers. Yeah, but we're gonna have quite the throwdown for next week, which is going to be from what I heard, is gonna be a back-to-back. I don't think they're gonna mash it together into one. It was more like what they did with episodes 12 and 13 from part 1. With, you know, where it is part of a 1-hour special, but they're still airing it as separate episodes, but in back-to-back time slots. That's the thing. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. That was a very impressive episode, and we didn't get too much back of, you know, what was happening down there. We did get that scene with Ganju just joining Ichigo on fucking Pumbaa. We also we only get this little glimpse of, you know, Busby, Byakuya, Rukia, and Robert, who's just laying out. He was just laying out like, what the fuck am I doing? Just seeing the rocket take off, and the way it take off, I'm like, holy shit! Like, that's not like, if they were trying to launch something heavier, it's over. That thing's gonna crash. Even Mario just like, holy shit, that was almost a disaster. Oh yeah, Kyonaku is also seeing as well. So yeah, that's some of the new context we get. I'm thinking we're in for more though. I mean, I do need to look to see what might have been changed. I'm pretty sure some helpful people like DZ Raman and, you know, some people on the Discord, you know, some other Bleach bros will also be able to explain what I didn't remember and what was changed and whatnot. Anyways, that's gonna do it for Bleach. Like, this is a very good episode. I mean, it's been a little, it's kind of been up and down for me with this cour, but I think the last 3 episodes we were able to make up for things. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say. Smash the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the YouTube channel, join the Discord server, share the video around, and all that good stuff. But that'll about do it. We're signing off. See you next time. Take care. Stay safe, y'all. Have a great day. Peace.